The next speaker is Councillor Cousins.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Mr. Mayor, there is no doubting that the budget presented by the party opposite is one of cuts, cuts and more cuts. Many residents will be disheartened with the offer in front of councillors tonight, and I can sympathise with them. Now, there are many areas that I could talk about, but I want to focus my contribution on the impact this budget has on young people in Basingstoke. From looking through the papers, there isn't any positive news for young people in our borough. In fact, it's incredibly bleak. Since Connections was cut, young people feel disengaged with the community and are disengaged with local politics. As a result, they feel their lives mean nothing to councillors in this chamber, and Mr. Mayor, I can fully understand them. But I want to assure young people in the borough that there are a group of people listening to them. There are a group of people who want to help them, and there are a group of people willing to take the action necessary to make them feel part of this community once more. It's the Labour group, Mr. Mayor, and I can tell them why. The budget shows how young people are thought of in Basingstoke and Deane. We can see that the funds in relation to active, healthier and safer communities have been reallocated to the sports and recreation budget. Last year, just over £19,000 was spent on youth sport programmes. The Olympic Legacy Fund that replaces it is £8,000. Mr. Mayor, the motto for the Olympics was to inspire a generation. That fund does nothing to inspire a generation whatsoever. And what's more, there is no fund set aside for promoting disability sport in this borough, and that is a disgrace. If the Minister for Culture, Media and Sport lived in this town, I would want her to explain her thoughts and feelings to me, considering she has £1 billion of public money set aside to promote youth and community sport across this country. Now, the Basingstoke Youth Movement tonight have presented a petition to us to look at the prospect of building an indoor skate park, and I welcome their enthusiasm, their hard work and their drive to get behind a common cause and get young people engaged in politics. Mr. Mayor, if they can get young people interested in politics, why can't the administration? Is it in truth that by cutting funds to the youth strategy, they think that will improve youth services in our borough? If they do, they are mistaken and they are misguided. In order to help young people in this borough, we need to be there to help them. And by removing Connections, there is a massive gap in youth support, and we should be investing in plugging that gap. In this budget, the Anvil will once again receive a fund of over £1 million, and I find this unacceptable. The Anvil is a highly successful organisation on its own, and it can be supported with a lesser grant than it's receiving at present. And by doing that, reducing that grant, those funds could be freed up to invest somewhere else. I'm pleased to say that one area that we would like to invest in is to develop a young person's passport. This passport would act as a means of access to public transport, to facilities, to opportunities and offers throughout Basingstoke. We would work with youth groups and partners to develop this scheme as a cooperative social enterprise. And we would work with the occupiers of the leisure park to ensure that discounts are delivered as part of this scheme. Mr. Mayor, this would make a fantastic contribution to our younger residents in the borough. It would give them the chance to get to and from school, to college, to work. It would enable them to contribute to our local economy by visiting the town centre and the leisure park, and once again involve them in Basingstoke. As a Labour group, we will right the wrongs being played out by the party opposite. As for this budget, it offers no direction for young people. It pushes them aside for life in our town, and in times of hardship, they have not offered them any assistance. The Tories are not willing to invest in their futures, engage with them, or support them. Mr. Mayor, because of this and so much more, I cannot support this budget or the council plan. Thank you.